seventh turn of the Swiss. Okay, I can say to you that the only two persons 6-0 are Leonardo Zucchelli with Vesper Blade, four colors that we saw before, and Lucas Maurer that plays elves. So basically, and then we have Andrea Faina that we already seen playing here against Pascal Wagner. That is the match we're gonna broadcast here for this turn, for the seventh turn of the tournament. Pascal plays a grinding station combo. It's obviously an Andalusian tendrils, but obviously he got a combo deck against the deck we already seen by Andrea Faina, that is an three color blade with blue, white, red, and so will be a match between an aggro control and a combo. We already seen Pascal Wagner winning the modern event of yesterday, and he won a modern event with blue red combo deck with Pyromancer Ascension. So it's a combo player. We can see Johnny combo player, and he plays a deck without Ad Nauseam, with Past in Flames, with three Tendrils, with Rain of Filth, with three Cabal Ritual, four Dark Ritual. He's got a combo deck in Storm with a strong Storm mechanic. And instead, Faina he plays the deck we see before, and on seeing the deck list, he does have only 4 Force of Will, a 2 counter spell, and 2 spell snare to face the Storm mechanic, or anyways to try to stop it. He's got 2 Fluster Storm sideboard, but now as a main deck, I see Pascal quite favorite. And how can I say? We gonna see the ends. I mean, as I said, Pascal takes a quick mulligan, and we know that Pascal Wagner is a very, very, very strong and quick player. He immediately takes decisions, quick decisions, even if the deck he plays are not so immediate. So now basically Faina is don't knows obviously what Pascal is playing, so he's gonna keep end probably classic and with the Stoneforge and so on. So the risk is that he lacks totally of the cards that can manage to face the grinding station of Pascal Wagner. So we see the end of Faina. He's got a counter spell Fog, he's got a Brainstorm, and Pascal he's got a Lotus Petal, he's got
The Fetchland
he's got a Fetchland. And the end of turn, Faina obviously brainstorms. Anyway, coming back to the standings, as I say we have Leonardo Zucchelli, Lucas Maurer at 18 points, probably drawing in the top 8. Andrea Faina and Pascal Wagner 16 that we're saying now. Niccolò Anzalone, that were a guy with Miracle we saw before. Matthias Knelangen, Alonso Zarzoso, Jean-Marie Cart, Dominic Hermansdorfer, Thomas Marr, Stefano Gerardis, Andrea Ghesini, Ivan Aguzzi, Andrea Riva, and then Joachim Scholde at 14. So we have to say much strangers in the high tables. So now Faina. Faina is that Pascal is pondering in his own turn, and maybe now he's gonna play a land and he pass turn. Now Faina is gonna he's getting into also in the force of will. So now Faina has got an interesting hand even against a general deck.
The problem with playing a deck like Stoneblade against Ant is that you cannot just sit back on your counterspell. I mean, at some point you have to do something. Like, you cannot just wait against Storm, because Storm is just gonna, you know, play a discard spell, and storm you out. I mean, in a game between a Storm deck with no pressure, there's no way the Storm deck can actually just be beaten. I mean, at some point he will eventually do something, and that is gonna be the key turn in which he will just actually storm you
now
out.
Faina can play the Stoneforge, having 2 blue mana to recover with a counterspell. So now he plays Stoneforge and goes away with his plan. And the plan is simply playing Batterskull and beating the opponent.
Too slow for now.
It can be slow. If I am Faina, I will play with Caracas and Volcanic Island instead of you tapping the second white mana. Anyways, a Cabal Therapy now come for Pascal Wagner. And the Brainstorm comes from Faina. I don't like with Brainstorm.
I mean, it's pretty clear that he was gonna call Counterspell or the newly fetched Batterskull. I mean, if you wanted to, just play safely, just call Batterskull, which is fair enough. But like the way Faina played this turn, it's pretty clear that he's holding Counterspell.
Yeah.
Yes, but he has a good backup with the spell snare. He's not so weak in this
No,
moment
it's
because
good.
he has force, counterspell, and spell snare. So
He plays. He names Batterskull anyway because he's fearing that Faina is bluffing. That he's got.
his name.
His name Batterskull. Yeah.
Oh, that's a choice. Not so easy.
Yeah, he named Batterskull because he wanted to name.
And we are in queue. We don't need.
And now he
much,
needs.
much less, but
Now Faina can wait the turn. He got Counterspell. He's got Batterskull in the end of turn. He's got many things to do. Now Pascal is quite low.
trying to stop.
Yeah. He's got 2 Lotus Petal. He's got Casting Flames.
He does have a
he's
second
got
Cabal
Infernal
Therapy.
Tour. He does have a second Cabal Therapy too, but we know that Faina has got 2. He's got Counterspell and he's got Force of Will. So he cannot get rid of both in this turn. So now Pascal is gonna play the Cabal Therapy.
He's probably just gonna name Spellsnare, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Faina here, do you just Counterspell?
Yeah. If I'm Faina here, I play Batterskull before.
You probably play Batterskull and just Counterspell that Cabal Therapy, right?
But if you counterspell, you have force as backup. So yes, you can.
I mean, you can Counterspell and keep in, yeah, that's probably safe play.
Yeah.
Safe play is just like you do counter that,
And you have a
like,
spell snare backup.
exactly, and you do have 2 spell snares backup and also like
Two.
Force of Will's
Yes,
backup.
2 spells in a row.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's exactly the reason why you actually counterspell this, so you can have like double counterspell for the Infernal
He
tutor.
drew another Batterskull and now he attacks for 5,
Yeah.
bringing Pascal
So,
to
yeah.
14 and giving him a clock of
3
3
times.
turns.
So finally, the Stormblade deck is actually doing something.
Yeah. And this is giving a clock to Pascal. And it's important that he gives a clock, otherwise Pascal can fix his hand and combo out when he chooses to do it. He's very ponder. He sees a Leon's Eye Diamond, the Lotus Petal, and a Tendril of Agony. Not so useful in the moment. He's got to pass the barrier of counters of Faina now.
You can still
So-
keep Cabal Therapy
Yeah.
and Cabal Therapy away a couple of spell snares.
Yeah. Now Evangelion Click comes in for Faina.
Not not. This is not a good.
Yeah, it did it to keep the Caracas open to Diaz to deal a
but-
second Vendilion.
Yeah, but Vendetta is very strong against.
Yeah, no.
If you take the correct time, not playing at.
He
the
left
end
the
time.
cards. He left all the cards to Pascal because problem is now that gaining other 4 life is goes to SD6 is difficult also for Pascal trying the tendril plan. Where I do spells, counter.
Yeah, he basically
tendril
he
plan.
cannot storm out,
He cannot storm out.
and also he's basically dead on board. Like he has to do something.
He has to do something this turn, and he's got a lead. He's got a
The thing is, like, you can actually just play a few Lotus Petals and play Lionel Diamond, Cabal Therapy, and then just Lionel Diamond into
He's got 3 spells now.
yeah,
4 spells.
and play Cabal Therapy into then a Past in Flames.
Another Cabal Ritual. Faina is waiting for the Infernal Tutor to use the spells now.
Yeah, so he's gonna Spell Snare the Infernal Tutor,
No, yeah, it's
but then again, you can just you can just Lionel Diamond into
Past in Flames.
Past in Flames.
But he's got the Force Will.
Yeah, but
Correct.
he does have enough mana to Past in Flames now, and then going for the Infernal Tutor afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, break the Lionel Diamond. You know what I'm trying to say. Basically now, he's going to Past in Flames, which has to be Force of Will,
Yeah, sure.
right?
It's a force.
And then he's gonna play a Lionel Diamond, break Lionel Diamond in response to Infernal Tutor, which is gonna meet a Spell Snare, and then from the graveyard with the remaining red mana is gonna Past in Flames again.
Yeah.
Pitching? What will we pitch?
He's pitching
True Name Nemesis.
Okay.
Okay, so now he goes Lionel Diamond, breaks the Lotus Petal, and goes for the
Second.
flashback.
Yeah.
We have 1 mana left. Is the stronger. It's a strong move.
One thing that Faina can do now is to put the Vendilion Click in his hand
Yeah,
And
and
we
get
will
rid
be-
of the Infernal Tutor.
and that get rid of the Infernal Tutor
Yeah.
with Vendilion. This
But-
could be a move.
But anyway,
This could be-
anyway, we have on top the Tendrils of Agony, so it's
Yeah.
quite
This is a
bad,
move,
a bad moment for Faina.
Yeah, and he does it, and he does it as we told you. Infernal Tutor goes back. He draws the Tendril. He gets the Past in Flames.
We have 2 mana. We have just to counter the first.
Yeah. Now he got to counter spells if we are enough to kill Faina.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
There's nothing
Wagner
that-
played it absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he played
He's
perfect,
pretty
but
perfect.
He played perfect, but if we don't use Vendilion as to get off the tutor, we could also have 2 Spasnair to counter the Cabal. So we don't
Yeah.
have mana to make the storm that turn. So it's not so perfect.
But
It's
anyways,
perfect if
anyways,
Faina
if
make a
if
wrong.
Past in Flames resolves, he's got Cabal Therapy on Spell Snare and
Yeah.
Infernal Tutor.
Yeah. And then
Yes,
Ponder.
but you have 2 Spasnair.
Yeah, Cabal
That
Therapy
not
bot
not a lot
bot
of
read,
mana.
get rid. but
Yeah, you could just Cabal Therapy, naming spells there, taking
taking
both
away
spells there,
both spells there
and then
going Infernal
and then Infernal or just
I
If
don't
this
know,
is-
ritual
I
ritual.
this
don't
is-
know because we remain with 1 mana and
Yeah, but he had the
He's
Lionel.
He's
He's
got the
One
Lion
mana.
Diamond to crack.
Yeah, he can crack Lionel Diamond,
Taking 4 mana.
taking blue mana, ponder, with the remaining black mana, playing a few rituals, and then
yeah, maybe
Just
Cabal
maybe.
Therapy.
and then tender.
You have some, yeah, we have some.
No, there's no way. The only way Faina can deal was that we said, bouncing his own Vendilion click and sweeping away the card of Pascal, and hoping that on top there weren't a tender.
Yeah.
Because the graveyard we were only cards that didn't fetch a tender. So he played a good Faina. Cannot do more than that. Now, going to a sideboard, we said before, Faina can enter with Meddling Mage,
Yeah, that's for sure.
yeah, Terran Canonist, that's for sure. Surgical Extraction, that's for sure.
Vendilion.
2 Frontiers, First Storm, for sure. Red Elemental Blast, for sure. Vendilion Click, for sure. Blood Moon, I don't know, probably no.
No,
And one Pure Blast, and no explosive, because if you explosive, when you use it, it's already too late. So,
we have a good
So Faina,
sideboard against,
yeah.
He has a few sideboard cards. What
Yeah.
what I'm worried about is that all these most of these spells are just reactive. I mean, as proactive cards, he only has 1 Meddling Mage and 1 Ethereal Canonist, which I mean they're really good in the matchup, but there's only 2 of them, and these are the actual best plays you can actually make on turn 2, or on turn 3, covered by any form of 1 mana counterspell. Well, in the sideboard of Pascal, basically, he's got a few answers to those because he has 3 Abrupt Decay. Xanth's Swarm, he basically
It's a strong
voids. It's a very strong card. Like, it basically voids every single sideboard card besides Meddling Mage and Ethereal Canonist, because you can get rid of Flusterstorm, Red Elemental Blast, and everything like that. So he could board in a couple of Xanthid Swarms, eventually cards like Abrupt Decay to get rid of any cards that he expects, like permanence.
we see
Yeah, Xanthic Swarm is probably the best turn 1 play.
If Effectus Anti-Swarm at that Faina, you have to board away a lot of cards to get into all these cards, and maybe you can board out the bolts and the splashers,
and the Jace.
maybe the Jace will keep it, but
No,
I think
Jace-
he'll
the
board
Jace-
out the
Jace-
quick solution that are Sword Explosion and Lightning Bolt, and these are. And if Pascal starts with a quick Xanthid Swarm, Faina could be
No way to take
Yeah,
to
could-
take Chase in
Anyways,
game 2.
as
You
we
have
said,
to- you have to side out Chase because it's too
Pascal having
a
obviously
lot of closing card. So
Pascal having much sideboard dedicated to, he got probably into the Xanthid Worm, the Flusterstorm, VDKs, and maybe a Chain of Vapor for eventually a Canonist or so. So, anyways, now as we know, Pascal played perfectly, and this game also he played perfectly.
Yeah, we've seen yesterday was the only player with a blue-red storm in the tournament. We actually noticed that only 1 storm in the modern tournament, and he ended up winning the whole thing.
yeah, at three in the night. So
At 3 in the night as well. So yeah, he has been playing like very impressively for throughout the whole tournament yesterday, and I gotta be honest with you. I mean, it seems like he can't be stopped.
Yeah, he's very good player. Very good, very prepared, and
Let's have a look at Faina's hand. We can see a Force of Will,
he's got
Meddling Mage, Brainstorm,
It's
a
pretty
couple
good
of
hand.
Brainstorms.
It's pretty good hand.
It is a strong hand. Like, he has a couple of fetchlands, Brainstorm,
Pascal
Force of
keeps-
Will, and Meddling Mage.
Pascal, he's got a Bethel, he's got
No Xanthi Swarm
a
on turn
Dark
1.
Ritual, he's got 2 decays, he's got a control hand instead of
Yeah,
a
he's basically
control.
got like a very reactive hand.
Yeah. Finals now is playing a Meddling Mage without waiting for Brainstorms, without waiting for...
Yeah, he decided not to Brainstorm at the end of turn 1.
Yeah.
not It depends on what he called with the with melee mage.
I think he called the Blast in Flames. But I don't know. I'm not sure of it. Maybe we can ask now what he called.
Medley Mage is on Infernal too.
Infernal Tutor. Yeah,
No sense.
can be a choice.
It does have a couple of brainstorms and a fetch land and a force wheel.
Yeah, it's fine. Nice. Get drawing a second force will.
The best thing about Medley Mage is that it's not only a sideboard card, but it's also a 2/2. Like
Yeah,
before, like in the first game, we saw that there was no actual proactive play before turn 4. Well, now Faina can actually attack for 2 on turn 3, which does make a huge difference.
yeah. Probably now Pascal is gonna use the mana he got. He can, as an option, he can decay the Melee Mage at the end of the turn.
I don't know if because he take 2 damage, so maybe he want to make something else. Or you can kill before attack. Oh, I don't know.
He wanted to see if Faina played another thing, because if he plays, for example, Stoneforge Mystic probably, but now he have 2 mana, he have 2 decays in hand.
I
would
mean,
decay
two
now.
damage is not gonna make a huge difference at the end of the day.
Effects,
So
decays,
he probably just gonna decay that. I don't know whether he's gonna do it on combat step or just at the end of turn. But
You
just
just wanted
taking
to
2
see-
damage is probably not gonna make a huge difference here.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The thing is that he played now because he wanna see that Faina drops another thing, like Canonist
Yeah.
or something like. So we wanted to be sure that Faina passed the turn without the Metal Mage and without other users.
So we find a cabal and a fetch land.
He decided to shuffle away. He was a Cabal Terminus on. He's trying to find explosive elements. He's got a quite controlling hand. But
I mean,
at the moment-
the thing with Unannounced Tendrils, I mean, he's got 1 Unannounced in the sideboard. The thing
Yeah.
is, like, he's not in real
Nauseless,
rush. Nauseless Tendrils.
Nauseless Tendrils.
It basically doesn't, he's not in a rush to do anything. I mean, he's under absolutely no pressure. I don't see how this deck can actually lose games when it's not put under pressure.
Yeah, he cannot. Faina gives up to play the brainstorm again.
He decides not to play Brainstorm. The only reason I see is
He's
basically
fearing
he
to
doesn't.
not see blue
It-
cards.
Yeah,
to
it doesn't.
support
Yeah,
the
exactly.
force.
It doesn't really. He's not in a rush to do Brainstorm.
Ooh, yeah,
The-
here
the-
is find an exciting brainstorm.
That is a quite exciting brainstorm. The
Yes.
problem with this brainstorm is that now he will have to put away 1 card that he would actually be quite comfortable with. Like, he does have 2 Force Wheels, 2 blue cards, another land, a Jace on top,
His wipe away
and
the
at
Jace.
this point I don't really see why he's keeping the Volcanic Island,
Yeah,
because he has to fetch away that land.
yeah.
So what? I mean, he doesn't actually need that for a land, does he?
No, it doesn't.
And he decides not to play the Canonist.
No.
Yeah.
The only reason I see for this is like he finds himself in the position of keeping the wrong Volcanic Island in hand.
Probe and mask the strategy of Faina.
Yeah.
With a Spasner, with a brainstorm, with a. He wants to keep on top.
He wants to
Jace
keep Jace on
to
top.
the second blue card for a second Force Will.
But what he could have done was just keeping his Jace in hand,
Yeah.
not keeping the Volcanic Island,
Yeah,
and just
he-
fetching away
I mean-
Volcanic Island and the other card, and just getting a white source and dropping the Canonist
If
in
you
play.
don't want to play the Canonist this turn, I don't know why, because why he kept it in hand?
Because he just realized that he shouldn't have kept the Volcanic Island.
Yeah. Immediately the decay arrives for obviously for the Canonist. Faina is seen with both 2 cards that he got against this deck that are Medley Mage and the Area Canonist, and they are promptly killed by the abrupt decays of Pascal.
So
Now
now
Cabal Therapy-
Cabal Therapy is pretty bad.
Because
Like
Cabal
it does have a brainstorm, but it does have also 2 Forza wheels. And also, Wagner has got perfect information on Faina's hand, considering that it's just he just saw it like a minute ago. So he's probably just gonna brainstorm a response and trying to get
Special guest.
trying to get a few.
Trying to get a few protection more. The problem is that now he's got to put away one of the Force wheels.
The problem is that now is entering Citino as special guest.
Hello?
Introduce Citino, Pietro.
Yeah, we have Guido Citino here in the Chamber of Lords, and so say hello to everybody, Guido.
Hello, everybody.
Guido lives in London, so he can have a Cockney accent. And now Faina is facing a problem because if he fetches away a Force wheel, will he be able to manage the attack from Pascal? Because it's obvious that he will name Force wheel with Cable Turbo.
But he's keeping hand.
Maybe he's
Or
considering,
surgical.
He's probably considering just forcing.
to force the Cable Turbo. To not show the surgical.
Pitching what?
Pitching Jace. In my opinion.
Is this a snap? No.
It's not P, yeah.
I don't really understand why he wants to keep Snapcaster on top.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is Snapcaster on top? We need.
He's forcing Cable Therapy, as we said. We're pitching Jace. And now, Pascal.
Now what's gonna happen is just basically just
We have
surgical, Snapcaster, surgical, trying to get rid of a few resources.
Yeah.
But it does not have any keycard in the graveyard anyway.
No, in fact, and we have no plan in this moment because we have no beater. We have nothing.
Dark Ritual will be a good target for surgical.
Yeah. So now you just force of will the Dark Ritual and just surgical it.
Another cable.
I would have forced the Dark Ritual. If I am Faina. And then surgical.
I mean, but my point is, like, the earlier you do the Snapcaster Mage, the better it is.
Yeah, sure.
So on the following turn, you probably do want to Snapcaster anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, now he's gonna.
So whatever spell is gonna come out here, is just gonna force it anyway.
Yeah.
Tutor. Tutor. Just to be counted.
So it does have to force a will tutor and then just surgical it away. But then untap into Snapcaster Mage and surgical something else.
Yeah. Surgical with Dark Ritual. Problem of Faina now is that he's gonna be totally out of fuel after this turn. With 0 cards in hand.
He's out of fuel, but it
No.
does have a 2/2.
Yeah.
And like it basically just put in pressure.
Yeah.
It does have 4 mana, which basically leaves him open to pretty much any top deck card. And leaves Wagner with no Infernal Tutor in his deck and no other like fuel, pretty much.
Yeah, he's got. I think he's
You
got
have to force this tutor. There is no
results.
option. Results?
Yeah.
Oh.
He probably is gonna keep another. Well, Pascal is quite surprised.
Cable.
Another Cable Ritual.
I don't know.
Probably now Pascal will play.
No, probably Pascal will pass. Maybe.
He's got.
Does he have 1 floating
He's
mana?
got two mana. No, he's got 1 mana.
One
left.
floating mana.
1 black mana.
So he could just go for Ritual.
Yeah, but probably. There's a card that Faina doesn't know. He's a.
What is it?
That's a cyborg. Maybe he's.
Sincerely, we don't know a card that Pascal played
Dread of
now.
Night? No.
No, Dread of Night is not that.
No sense.
Rain of Fields?
Rain of Fields?
Maybe
I don't know.
Iron Field.
Rain of?
Field.
Field.
Field. F-A-L-D.
Yeah, it's Rain of Field.
It's Rain of Field.
It says each land you control gains sacrifice this land, add black mana to your mana pool. Basically, it's a
It's a touch.
it's a touch
It's a touch
and reveals the fact that Pascal you wanna go for the combo this turn.
Yeah.
So because Rain of Field and the two lands will give him threshold for the cavalry tools.
Yeah.
So the problem is that now probably he's gonna do Cabal Therapy. And if Faina doesn't force or will the Rain of Field, he's probably down. The Rain of Field, touch. It's a touch deck. Yeah, force away.
Force a win on Rain
Yeah.
of Field.
It's correct choice. Because otherwise, Faina was dead. Now he's got to do. Now he's gonna want to play surgical Snapcaster surgical in response to Pascal moves. Instead, he plays a Snapcaster for
Snapcaster into
for a
Brainstorm.
Let's see where Brainstorm goes. He's got Tundra that he shops immediately away. Fetches away some useless cards.
Is that a Pyroclasm?
Hope no. Sorry?
It really looked like a Pyroclasm.
Maybe it's a...
Yeah, it is a Pyroclasm.
It's a Pyroclasm. Yeah.
Sideboarded in Pyroclasm for Xanthix War.
For Xanthix War, maybe.
And to kill his own
MKM.
Canonist.
Warrens.
Canonist. Oh, maybe for MTV
Maybe
Warrens.
TV
yeah.
Warrens, yeah. If you are some alternative win
So
condition.
this
Now he's setting a race with a Snapcaster that is not much.
it's just to don't play surgical and
He knows, no, it's keeping the surgical for the Infernal
Yeah, I know,
Tutor
I
as
know.
long as Pascal will try to use. Let's leave the end of Pascal, seeing what he's drawing now. He's got an,
It's got a couple of rituals and
Yeah.
tendrils.
so he's now, yeah, Faina is now bringing down him quite fast. Because now at 8, and Faina, we don't know what Faina is drawing, but we can check. He's
Oh, okay.
drawing a Dig Through Time.
Dig Fruit is pretty good. Yeah.
He's doing a Red Element, a Pure Blast.
Yeah, I've definitely seen worse draws than
A
this.
surgical that we had. At the end of turn, a Dig Through Time. And this dig probably will find something that Faina could easily use. I don't know why he left the Force Wheel in the graveyard, I don't know. Maybe
he has no other option.
a Spell Snare.
So
a
you just found
Counterspell.
Counterspell and Spell Snare.
Yeah, he found the 2 counters he needed to be quite safe.
Yeah, now we have some cards.
Yeah, it's quite safe now. Apart from a storm attack like before. And now he's gonna drop Pascal to 4, leaving him 2 turns in which
So
he
he's now playing the tempo game like the deck should actually do. Like the only way Pascal
he's got no
can
save.
lose a game against Stoneblade is basically when he's under some kind of pressure, and the Stoneblade deck can just draw into any permission spell.
Yeah.
Like if the Stoneblade deck just keeps drawing and saying go without putting any pressure down, like it's basically giving him like a 7-turn clock.
Yeah.
Which is which is a big clock, but still, it's a clock.
Two sides by Pascal. Counterspell.
Counters.
Yeah.
So he's now trying to storm him out.
Yep.
Storm for 8. And he has to do it this turn, because it's just taken 2 lives for
Yeah.
Just
for,
Dax and Pro.
Dax and Pro.
Wait,
And
first-
here-
So basically it's giving him a free spell, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely. Problem is.
So he
He's
oh, he's got 2
far.
fluster storms, okay.
Jesus.